a feel-good story that is. Now, we're turning our attention to our pets right now, and just like you and I, our pets can find themselves in dangerous or emergency situations. Now, we don't have huge tsunamis or earthquakes, but we do have things like flash floods, fires, and general accidents that happen on a day-to-day basis. And this morning, Dr. Reena Cotton joins us to talk about, or to give us some tips as to what we should do when your pet finds itself in a dangerous situation. But before we get those tips, there's been a video trending on YouTube over the past week of a fireman doing a very heroic rescue of a kitten out of a burning building. Let's quickly take a look. Oh, that just brings a tear to my eye this morning. Dr. Reena, good morning and welcome for joining us. Isn't that just the sweetest video that you've ever seen?
That is beautiful, and what you see there is that doing something is always better than doing nothing.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, that's, you know, it might be a little small life, but it still is a life. Yes. Now, we are talking about those emergencies. Like I've mentioned, we don't get these earthquakes and tsunamis, but we do get a lot of other things, fires, flash floods, etc. But we want to make sure that your pets don't end up in an emergency situation, first and foremost. So is there anything that you can do in advance? But maybe first, let's talk about some of the emergencies that we can face here in South Africa.
Yes, anticipation and prevention is always far better than treating it. We're coming up for summer. Heat is a massive problem because of dogs that overheat, especially our Bella and Bob type of dogs with small flat faces. And heat stroke and heat exhaustion is a very real emergency that can kill. We also have, with the heat, we have snakes, we have insects, and avoiding places where you're more likely to get these is obviously important.
Okay. So when prepping for an emergency situation, what are some of the things that you need to take in consideration, you know, to make sure that you can care for them if they find themselves in an emergency situation?
Okay, well, the thing that one can start off by doing is protecting yourself. There's no point in rushing into the street if a dog's injured and getting yourself knocked over. So first of all, don't be silly about it. Think about the situation. A good little first aid kit handy is a good idea.
Yes, just like that little sweet.
And you don't need to have medication. You need a towel. You need a lead. If an animal's bleeding, the most important thing is to stop bleeding, and that obviously get it to a vet, but try to apply pressure and try to keep the animal calm and under control, that it can't run away. Yes. Insect bites tend not to be a major emergency. You've got a little bit of time, so get it to the vet, so cover it up. See that you've got clean water to wash off any wounds.
So basically, just like us, you know, we have a little medical kit at home for us. So do the same for your dog, and also just prep a few things. And like we've seen in the video, fires are a real danger here in South Africa as well, especially with the heat. What can be done to protect our pets, especially from something like fire?
Normal fire precautions, but have emergency numbers available. See that you have somebody who can get into your home if there's a fire when you're away, that there's one of the neighbors can at least open the door to get the animals out. Often it's the smoke that kills rather than the fire itself.
And of course you can give your pet CPR like we saw.
Absolutely.
Is it just a quick technique and how you would do
Yes, it's not difficult, and it is life-saving. So a short first aid course is advisable.
All right, for your pets. Dr. Reena, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, make sure that we take every precaution possible to take care of our pets, because they are such a big part of our lives. We are going to be taking a quick ad break. Don't go away. After the break, we're going to give away a copy of the game Farm Simulator that Grant is going to be talking about. Stay tuned.